The number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Welcome to Spotlight on the Arts. I'm Patrick Cristiano, your host, the publisher of TheaterLife.com, a website for theater buffs in New York City and the Hamptons. And we're coming to you from the LTV studio in Wainscott. I have a really special guest today. The whole staff is really excited that you're going to be here. And he said he will sing live for us as well, too.
Well.
Alfredo Merat, entertainer,
Yeah.
singer, and songwriter. Welcome, Alfredo. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Well, everyone is really excited to have you here, you know that.
Good, I'm excited too.
Yeah. Alfredo is going to be at Bay Street Theater on Saturday, December 8th at 8 p.m. We'll talk more about that later, and he's going to... Alfredo, tell me, how did you... let me just, Alan Clayson, who is a... Tell me, he's a songwriter?
Yeah, he's a songwriter and a biographer. He writes a lot of biographies.
Of Jacques Brel in particular.
And he wrote the only English version of Jacques Brel's biography that's available, yes.
Well, in a magazine in Britain, Alan wrote that you have emerged as arguably North America's foremost Jacques Brel interpreter via instincts, is what he said.
Because I'm the only one.
No, I mean, that's really powerful, via instincts, that you just know what you're doing. And your show,
I love it.
Your show Saturday is a musical portrayal of stories and French songs by the legendary singer Jacques Brel. Now you grew up in Spain. You were born in Spain.
Born in Spain, yes. I grew up in France.
But you grew up you grew up in Spain. I'm going backwards. You were born
in Spain,
and you grew up
in France.
Yes. Where you first discovered.
Yeah, I mean, I was 15 when I picked up my guitar, and then Jacques Brel already was a giant there, and I heard a couple of his songs, and I liked them. I liked the words, and so. But he died. I was 17 years old, so it was a very short but very important time for me. He actually, when I heard him, I decided that I didn't want to just play the guitar. I wanted to sing as well.
So were you singing up until this point? Or
I was just beginning to strum a few songs, but I think with Brel and hearing what he did.
So when did you pick up the guitar for the first time?
15.
15. So you were in France. You didn't do
I was in France. I was doing flamenco. I'm a Spanish. My Spanish heritage was there, and had someone in the community that was helping and giving me some lessons. And then while everybody was working on the guitar, then I already wanted to write songs. So, and then with Brel, that definitely pushed me forward in writing my first songs, yes. And then he died on me, quickly.
But he left a big body of work.
Oh, yes, he left an enormous
Did you ever get to meet him?
Work. No, never
got
went to see him. I was not that, I was born in 1961. And unfortunately, he died in 1978. So, I was 17 years old when he passed, and I didn't get that chance, unfortunately. I wish.
Well, we have a couple of CDs. Let's show. There's a CD we have that kind of gives a flavor of you. I think it's in Cuba.
Yeah. What happened is I started working on Jacques Brel's project, and then I wanted to do some of his material, and then present the material in different arrangements, and try to have people discover a little bit of something, but something different, not just do exactly as he did it, but open up to. So I have a Cuban sound in with his songs, which is kind of different.
So the one that's the outside one. Where is this? Set it up for me.
Well, we did this in Havana, in Cuba.
Okay. So let's see. We're just going to give you a little taste of this. It gives you a flavor of what Alfredo is like a little bit.
That little video, you think?
Adieu l'ami, je t'aimais bien. Adieu l'ami, je t'aimais bien. C'est ma chanté les mêmes vins, on a chanté les mêmes filles, on a chanté les mêmes chagrins. Adieu l'ami, je vais mourir. C'est dur mourir au printemps seul. Je pars aux fleurs, paix dans l'âme, car vu que tu es bon comme du pain blanc, je sais que tu prendras soin de ma femme. Et je conrie, je condanse, qu'on s'amuse comme des fous. Je conrie, je condanse, qu'on sait qu'on mettra dans le trou.
You know, well, while the song was playing, because you know it's in a foreign language that I didn't understand, Alfredo is telling me what it's about. So why don't you share
Jacques
it with
Brel
us?
wrote Le Moribond, which was about this moribund person who's about dying, and then it appeared to be a sad story. It was taken over by
Tell
Terry
them
Jacks.
what that means, Le Moribond.
Terry Jacks did the Seasons of the Sun. Le Moribond was a guy who ultimately is dying, and then he's saying goodbye to the priest, and he's saying goodbye to his wife, but he's not so worried because she had a lover, and then ultimately let's all dance and have fun. That was Jacques Brel's humor in many ways, and so that's what the song is about. And then, you know, I did it in Cuba, which has a little bachata flavor to it, which changed things up a bit, but the melody and the song is pretty much exactly as Jacques Brel wrote it.
That's just a taste, because we have so much to do. We only have 30 minutes to do it in. I want to talk a little bit about, you have a CD that you made last year called
I made it.
Jacques Brel, is that?
Yeah.
And it's you did that in Cuba as well?
Exactly.
Here's the cover of that.
Yeah. And then that's available, you know, on any...
Wait, it comes down.
Okay.
Okay, so that's available where?
Any you know, music downloadable website, you know, that
What
people
about
have.
Amazon? Can you find
Amazon,
Amazon
iTunes.
too?
Bandcamp is what you can reach me directly. Bandcamp with, you know, Alfredo Sings Brel.
And there are 11 different Jacques Brel
Songs, yes.
songs on this wonderful CD that you've done.
Yeah.
So you also have a theater project
Yes.
you're working on, which
Working
is
on
really
this-
exciting.
This is a big project. It's
with
been 3
Stephen
years.
Hamilton.
And Steve and I have been, you know, have been busy working. We wrote a script. You know, he's the main writer. I'm just there working with him.
Does it have a title?
Jacques Brel, the musical.
Jacques Brel the musical, which you hope to bring off
Which
Broadway.
hope off Broadway, or at least, you know, to life somehow. You know, I want us to go over who was this man. You know, I mean, we all know Jacques Brel's alive and well in Paris, which, you know, when I was doing some research, I came across, and I was, you know, of course, delighted to hear the songs.
We don't all know Jacques Brel is alive. Even though it's toured and it's been around for 6 years, everyone doesn't know about that.
Right, it was a big show.
So
Mort
tell them what it
Schumann did a
was.
big show with Jacques Brel's material, with his songs, and then they loosely translated the songs that did, and that show was very popular, and
Which
still
also
is.
what inspired you. Tell them.
Yeah, because I looked at it and I said, well, but they're not saying anything about who the man was and his story, and so that's why I felt compelled to say, you know, I would like to do that. I want people to know who he was, more than just the songs.
Yeah, but you bring a whole new aspect.
So
and
we're
you bring
bringing a whole new aspect.
dimension that gives
Exactly.
it layers.
Layers?
It gives the music layers all at the same
Absolutely.
time by doing that.
We are, you know, obviously doing his songs, but also doing his story, his life, when he was young, when he gets popular and famous, when he decides to quit in 1966 at the height of his career. So there's a whole
And did he
very
quit?
interesting.
Did he quit really?
Yes, and then he became an actor. Then after he became an actor, he became a producer and a director. And
What
then
did he produce?
He produced two movies, France and Le Far West, The Far West. France
French
did fairly
movies?
well,
French
French movies, his own writing and then directing, and then Le Far West was a dream of his, which he's always wanted to be in the adventure, or, you know, adventures, and for him, the Far West was the adventure, the land of cowboys and Indians when he was a kid. And he did a movie that flopped and then fell miserably. And at that point, he became a captain and went around the world with his boat. And so there's a whole story to tell. So that's what we're doing.
So, you know, I don't want to. You ready? Do you want to? Are you warmed up enough that you could sing?
Sure. And also we can, you know, I mean, Jacques Brel was so well known for his Ne me quitte pas, Amsterdam, which were very, very thoughtful songs and very sad songs. But Jacques Brel, there's a whole other layer of this man that I feel people should know about, which was a little bit more exciting and very fun. And so, yeah, I would love to do maybe La Chanson de Jackie, which is Jackie's song. It's a song about himself where he pokes at himself. He was always poking at himself. He didn't take himself seriously. That's the other thing I want people to know.
Sounds like a very healthy man.
Who the man was. So La Chanson de Jackie is a song that I'll do with the full ensemble, you know, with the piano and band.
So
December 8th,
that'll be
December
December
8th. Yes,
December
absolutely.
8th.
But
So,
not with the guitar. I brought the guitar because I'd always like to have this
and everybody
grounds me.
We're waiting. We're all excited.
So maybe what I'll do is that's a song that I do usually when I'm in restaurants and everything. So you know, we can, you know, all have a little bit of that flamenco flavor fun. La Chanson de Jackie. Même si un jour, à knock le zout, je deviens comme je le redoute, chante pour femme finissante. Même si je leur chante mi corazon avec la voix abandonnante d'un argentin de Carcassonne. Même si on m'appelle Antonio, que je brûle mes derniers feux en échange de quelques cadeaux, madame, fais ce que je peux. Même si je me saoule à l'hydromel pour mieux parler de virilité à des mémères décorés comme des arbres de Noël. Je sais que dans ma soulographie, chaque nuit, pour des éléphants roses, je chanterai ma chanson morose, celle du temps m'appelait Jackie. Être une heure seulement, être une heure, oh, quelquefois. Être une heure, y'a qu'une heure durant, beau et con à la fois. Même si un jour à Macao, je deviens gouverneur de tribaux, cerclé de femmes languissantes. Même si lassé d'être chanteur, je sois devenu maître chanteur, ce soit les autres qui chantent. Même si on m'appelle le beau Serge, que je vends des bateaux d'opium, de whisky Clermont-Ferrand, devrait péler de face vierge. Que j'ai une banque à chaque doigt, et un doigt dans chaque pays, que chaque pays soit à moi, je sais quand même que chaque nuit, tout seul au fond de ma fumerie, pour un public de vieux chinois, je leur chanterai ma chanson à moi, celle du temps m'appelait Jackie. Une heure, to be 1 hour, just for 1 hour, seulement and only. Être une heure, just 1 hour, cute in a nice way. Même si un jour au paradis, je devienne comme j'en sais surpris, chanteur pour femme à elle blanche. Même si je leur chante Alléluia, en regrettant le temps d'en bas, où c'est pas tous les jours dimanche. Même si on m'appelle Dieu le Père, celui qui est dans l'annuaire entre Dieu vous fit et Dieu vous garde, et que je me laisse pousser la barbe. Même si toujours trop bonne pomme, je me crève le cœur et le pur esprit à vouloir consoler les hommes, je sais quand même que chaque nuit j'entendrai dans mon paradis les anges et saints et Lucifer me chanter ma chanson naguère, celle du temps m'appelait Jackie. Être une heure seulement, être une heure, oh, quelquefois. Être une heure, y'a qu'une heure durant, beau et con à la fois.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. That was terrific. Just wonderful.
Thank you.
I wish I understood all the lyric.
Yeah, no, he's just poking at himself, becoming some sort of a singer. You know, he used to sing in Brussels, obviously, first, and also resorts in Belgium, in the Northern Sea, and then he didn't want to, you know, last or be known as a singer for Vanishing Ladies, and he didn't want to become this, you know, Argentinian from Carcassonne, and he was just always poking, teasing, and having fun. Good guy.
It's delightful. It's absolutely
Thank you.
delightful. So how many guitars do you have?
Oh, just about 8.
Just about 8. And these are what kind of strings?
Yeah, this is just a Spanish guitar, actually.
But the strings are
Nylon strings. It's got a
nylon
bit
strings.
of a different sound, and for his work, he was a guitar player too when he started in his career. Then he became a huge success, and so he had an orchestra and pianist. But his beginning of his career, he was all with guitar. He sang all his songs with guitar. Some of them are harder than others, but. The guitar is a very, very important thing.
Yeah, and did you do with different kinds of strings before?
Oh, absolutely no. Depending on what I do when I do other songs or other material, of course, I will use other guitars and other sound.
What was your initial inspiration to start playing the guitar?
It was a cousin of mine who had a guitar in his apartment, and I poked at that bass string, and that was the beginning of it. And one day I said, I'm going to pick it. I'm going to buy one, and I worked a summer with my dad, and then bought my first guitar.
And were you doing other music before you discovered?
I was always in chorus. I always liked choirs, and I liked theater. I always enjoyed that. So that performing side of me a little bit. But the guitar, that was my instrument. Yeah, it belonged to me.
That's wonderful. That's cool. So you said you're almost near the end of this piece that you're doing with Stephen Hamilton.
Yes.
And
we're working with Stephen Hamilton and Ronald Mahler, who's worked on off-Broadway material and who's actually really, really well known in the city. He's done Janis Joplin. He's done Ring of Fire, the story of Johnny Cash. So we're doing the story of Jacques Brel with them. Yes.
I'm really looking forward to
We're going to be doing some readings.
And it's going to have a 3-person cast?
Yes, so we have three
Will they play
characters.
multiple roles? Are they going to be just 3 characters?
No, we're going to be playing him as a young Brel and early Brel, and then the Brel, successful Brel, and then a little bit of a clash in between in both, with his own persona
So
and who he was. And a woman who was very important in his life, and so the woman will be also cast, and then also a voice as an interviewer, sort of personage.
But the one person will play the 3 different stages of him?
No, three people.
So you'll have more than 3 characters.
Yeah, we've got 3 characters.
A lot more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, and the musicians
you
and
have
for the orchestra.
You have 3 Jacques Brels. You'll have the woman, and you'll have.
Oh no, we have 2 Jacques Brels and the woman.
Oh, okay.
And then we all play different things, in the.
That's
the
what
play.
I was trying to get
Yeah.
at. So you'll play multiple roles.
Exactly.
That's what will happen.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to keep my eye on the time
Sure,
because
sure.
we have another song of yours.
Yeah.
Ne me quitte pas.
Yes,
Which
yes.
is a classic.
Absolutely, that's a big one.
And we have it on a video.
And that will show a little bit more what people can expect December 8th at Bay Street. This video.
But at December 8th, what will you be playing with?
I'll be playing with a roster of great musicians from Long Island,
How
from
many?
the Hamptons. We're 6 of us.
Oh.
So it would be a nice production. I think people will enjoy. Piano, the bass, violin, flute, and sax,
Wow.
accordion. Yeah.
Oh,
So
how
we'll bring
how
a little
exciting.
something.
Oh,
And
you
I might
sound-
show some visuals as well, so a little bit to help people understand who the man was.
Oh, how cool. So it's kind of like a.
And it's a one-man show. I'll tell
But
the story.
it's a work in process. It's evolving from because you did it once before,
Yes,
and now
yes,
it's got more
exactly.
nuances to it.
I've definitely been working on this for quite a while.
How exciting! So here we have Je ne me quitte pas, Jacques Brel with Alfredo Merat singing.
Ne me quitte pas, faut oublier, tout peut s'oublier. Tu s'enfuis déjà, oublier le temps, mal entendu, le temps perdu, savoir comment oublier ces heures qui tuaient parfois. Pourquoi, cœur du bonheur, Ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas. Moi, je t'offrirai des perles de pluie venues de pays où il ne pleut pas. Je creuserai la terre jusqu'après ma mort pour couvrir ton corps d'or et de lumière. Je ferai un domaine où l'amour sera roi, où l'amour sera loi, où tu seras reine. Ne me quitte pas, quitte pas, quitte pas, quitte pas. Ne me quitte pas, je t'inventerai des mots insensés, puis tu comprendras. Je te parlerai de ces amants-là qui ont vu deux fois leur cœur s'embraser. Je te raconterai l'histoire de ce roi mort de n'avoir pas te rencontrer. Ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, quitte pas. On a vu souvent rejaillir le feu d'un ancien volcan qu'on croyait trop vieux. Il est, paraît-il, des terres brûlées, donnant plus de blé qu'un meilleur avril. Et quand vient le soir, pour qu'un ciel flamboie, le rouge et le noir ne se poussent-ils pas? Ne quitte pas, ne quitte pas, ne quitte pas. Ne me quitte pas, plus parler, plus pleurer. Je resterai là, à te regarder, danser et sourire, et à t'écouter, chanter et puis rire. Laisse-moi devenir l'ombre de ton ombre, l'ombre de ta main, l'ombre de ton chien.
I love that song. It's beautiful.
Don't Leave Me, actually. It's not If You Go Away, like unfortunately it was translated. And Frank Sinatra made it very famous. Nina Simone sang it as well. It was an incredible song. I mean, it's been translated in all languages, and it's a huge, huge hit.
Yes.
And a beautiful song. And the Don't Leave Me, and he's begging to this woman who's obviously leaving him. He's almost crying in this 1959 version of it when it came out. And, you know,
this was his version of 59? This was his version?
Yeah, that's his version. And he's going to offer someone pearls of rain coming from countries where it doesn't rain. It was just very cutting edge, the way he was describing his feelings. And he really, he was going to dig the earth until, after his death, to cover her body with light and gold. It was just,
It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning.
The poetry, and though he said he was not a poet, the poetry, the
he
words.
Said he wasn't a poet.
No, he was not a poet.
Well, it might not be his center.
He wrote little songs. Mind you, this song just became the biggest thing ever. And when you look at, the way it's paintings, he's writing sentences, things, it just brings so many images into your head. I think that's the key. It really is, struck a chord with, obviously, Europe loved him.
Well, and that song is it's a classic forever.
Keats Bar was and so many others. Again, he wrote.
What was interesting, he wrote 400 songs.
About 400 songs.
But only 100 of
111 recorded.
But only 51.
And then
51 which he considered big hits.
major songs.
Major songs.
Yeah. Then he had minor songs, And then, you know, it's funny though, because when you see him on, if you go online and you put YouTube Jacques Brel, there's all kinds of stuff. There's so much available.
Of people.
Of him
Of him.
speaking and
About his
saying
stuff.
about his stuff. And, you know, I mean, I'm not making this up. You know, I've been looking at
Now, when you do, I'm going to keep the
Yes.
at Bay Street, you said you're going to do it with the piano,
Yeah,
not
this
with
time
the
we're going to do
guitar.
another version, piano with a violin. I'm not going to do it with the guitar this time. And I've, when I did in 2016, it's 2 years, so I'm going to have different songs. I'm going to have, Brussels and songs that people haven't heard or maybe don't know. So, and we're going to do it with the piano, a lot of piano playing, a lot of fun.
But
music.
you haven't even decided yet what you're going to do, have
Well,
you?
I have a good idea, but I have 15 songs, about 15 songs.
How many have you committed to? I'm just curious.
15, 16.
No, I mean that you've said, okay, I'm going to do, I'm
Oh.
going to do, that you know, in terms of putting it together, how many have you got in there that you know you're going to do?
Oh, probably right now 9, 10 songs. I still have a few I'm working on.
Will you pull out anything obscure?
Oh, there's different songs that people have never heard of, absolutely.
Because you got 400 to pick from, right?
Well, I'm picking them from the major songs, also the ones that tell the story a little bit, so it helps
So
me.
you'll stay with the top.
Because I'm going to tell the story in English so people understand what's going on, and also give them a little bit of insight of what the song is about. This time around, I'm doing a little bit different, just...
So we have the poster up. It's Saturday, December 8th at Bay Street.
Yes.
You can call Bay Street for tickets, 631-725-9500. It's Alfredo Merat at Bay Street on Saturday, December 8th.
Thank you.
And then after they like that, they can come and see your play in New York.
Absolutely. Well, there'll more to come. There's more to come with Stephen Hamilton. Absolutely, there's more to come.
Yes, Steve Hamilton's a force out here in the Hamptons.
yeah,
We're
he
really
is.
lucky
He
to
is.
have had him. You're lucky to get to work with him. Thank you
Absolutely.
so
Thank you.
much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
You'll have to come back when your show.
Sure thing.
I'd
We'll do
love
that.
to.
Yeah,
Thank you
great.
so
That'd
much.
be
We're
great.
just about out of time. We did that
Awesome.
very well. Thank you
Thank you
again.
so much.
It's my pleasure.
Pleasure.